I don't know if you saw it, Media Day. Terrence had some glowing words to say about you. What's that like just to hear someone like that have that to say about you?
It means a lot, especially coming from a guy like him, a guy that I look up to, a guy I see every day, working hard and stuff. Like to see like what he said about me, like I said, it just means a lot. He's done so much for me, and like big reason, the production I think I'm going to have is because of him. Him and Pat have both been amazing to me on and off the field. Like I said, helped me so much. So just like him saying those words just means a lot to me.
Do you feel more pressure strangely because of that? Like those expectations are now kind of on you?
No, not really. Like I'm just gonna go out there and play. At the end of the day, they're just like words and stuff. So I don't say I really have to like pressure or anything.
What do you make of the room this year? Just one, your growth into year two, but also everyone else's growth. Almost everyone's coming back.
Right. Yeah, it's a super competitive room. We're all super good athletes and about anything we do. We're a super well-rounded room. I think our room is super unique, and we have a lot of different body types in there and a lot of different abilities that we can do. So overall, I think we have one of the best rooms in the country for sure, and I can proudly say that for sure.
There's so many mouths to feed in that. Not even just you guys, but receivers. And
right.
There's only one ball to go around. What's that competition like? Trying to fight for your carries and your touches, but also wanting the whole team to succeed.
Right. Yeah. I think it's just about finding your role within that. Like I said, there's a star everywhere you look, and a lot of people around. So I think it's just about finding your role and what you're doing and just embracing it.
What do you expect your role to be? I guess this is a natural follow-up.
I'm just the guy that can plug in, and play where he needs to. And like I said, it can be small, it can be big. I'm just, plugging where they need me to be.
Question. Who's the fastest tight end in the tight end room?
Oh, according to NCAA, it's Terrence Ferguson.
Is that wrong?
That's wrong, though, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of that game, you got to play. What's it like playing it yourself?
Yeah, it's pretty surreal. Like growing up playing Madden stuff, seeing all the players, and even playing the whole NCAA game. It's pretty cool to log on there and be able to throw the ball to yourself. But, yeah.
There's been a consensus among players about who the best player is playing the game, not on the game. Who do you think the best is in the team?
Oh, I have no idea. I really played too many people on the team. I'd assume, I don't know, Dante Moore I heard's pretty good. And,
he said he was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played that many people, to be honest.
So far, Trey Sean's been the number one answer.
Really? I haven't seen him play. I might have to give him a run for their money.
Talk about blocking for you, because I feel like that's maybe a question people have just based on your size. Like,
right.
What makes you capable in that area?
Right. I just think it's using proper technique. One thing manager kind of hammers is just where I'm smaller than the guys. I just have to really hone in on the technique. Use my pad level where I'm a lot lower than other guys and just really drive out of it. That's where putting the weight on has really helped me the most. I can tell a big difference. Even going back into spring ball, just moving guys off the line there's a really big difference there.
How much have you gained weight-wise? And
right.
Like, what was the focus on where you wanted to gain it maybe?
Right. Today I weighed in at 241, on the dot. So just putting on that weight, about 20-ish pounds, around there, was just not getting pushed around. And keeping the speed was a big part, which I was able to do. But just putting on the weight and being able to maintain it through the season just so it makes it a lot easier for me to, push guys around in there.
How's Roger and AJ are two guys we haven't really seen a whole lot of? What have you made of them? You were in their shoes not that long ago.
Right. They're both super hardworking kids. Like I said, it's kind of the ethic of our room. We're also hardworking people, and those are two great guys. I couldn't say anything bad about them. They both came in here working really hard, and just about anything they do, they're both phenomenal athletes. Roger, he's a phenomenal athlete, and everything he does, they're both really good kids for sure.
He's part of this. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, have you been in Dylan's van yet?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, he's hauled us around a couple times.
What's it like? I've heard he has screens on the back.
Yeah. There's
pretty spacey too.
Yeah, there's little games you can play on, the little TVs that pop up and stuff. It's pretty funny.
What's it like just to have a quarterback that is willing to do that, to drive teams out to throw, or drive guys out to throw, right, and take that extra step?
No, it means so much to everyone, even the new guys that come in doing the retreat. I'm sure y'all saw was something that was really unique and meant a lot to us. The guys that necessarily don't get included all the time are all there, and Dylan's really good about making sure everyone's included and make sure that everyone's important. I feel like he does something that you don't see a lot of the higher class guys do in college football. I feel like with everything, everyone's super to themselves, and Dylan's the exact opposite. He wants to include everyone, and he's a great guy to be around on.
As an Idaho kid, what do you know of Gavin Baer and kind of? I would know we won't see him for a couple of years, but have you kind of experienced him growing up at all?
Yeah. So we played in, I think, 2 7-on-7 tournaments with each other. One LA and then Boise, and like I said, he's a good kid, fast, like freak, athletic about everything he does. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, like super good ethic, everything about him. I think he's coming to make an impact for sure.
What has been your favorite event of the off season of all these camps and everything else that you've been to?
My favorite event, I for sure have to say Dylan's retreat was fun for sure. Getting all the guys together and like guys I necessarily would never hang out with were just there, and getting to know them was super cool. Like the young guys or even some of the older guys, just getting to know everyone and getting to hang out with everyone was super cool for sure.
How does this coaching staff put young players in position to succeed earlier in their careers?
I would just say holding the standard. They say, nothing's given here. It's very true. Coming in there and just working hard, and it's not easy. And they set the bar high for a lot of the young guys, and they let them know the opportunity is there when they're younger. So I think that's super important. They're letting them know that, and like I said, just every day going in and just making plays is like a big thing. And they give us the ability to do that. So if you just continue to do that, they give you a lot of opportunity.
Sorry if this was already asked, but Terrence had some pretty high praise for you at Big Ten Media Day. What do you make of those kind of comments? What does that mean about kind of the connection of that tight end room?
Right, like I said, it just speaks volume, about him as a person, and, about our relationship. It's amazing. Like I said, I couldn't say one thing about him or Pat. They're both guys that have helped me like tremendously grow and about every area of my game. They're always there when I'm doing good or even when I'm doing bad, just to help me out. Like I said, I can say nothing bad about them. They're two awesome humans that I'm just so happy to have in my life for sure.
Where do you think you've grown the most?
Probably just my technique wise and blocking for sure. Playing receiver, coming in here and just being able to change my techniques to, block bigger edge players is for sure where my game has improved the most, I would say.
With Dylan coming in, another experienced quarterback comes in. You played with Bo last year. Is there a lot of difference between them as quarterbacks, or how would you kind of compare and contrast them?
Both super talented and super smart quarterbacks. I think I had the privilege to play with both of them, and you can tell the experience that they have when they're on the field, whether it's checking play or completely changing the play, something that you have to, being a young guy, you have to get used to quick because sometimes you don't necessarily understand what's going on all the time, if that makes sense. So something that I've been fortunate enough to have. I think they both definitely have like different aspects of their game, but I think there's a lot of similarities between them. They're both really smart. They know what's going on. They're going to put everyone in the right position to succeed for sure.
It's a different catching ball from the lefty versus
Yeah. The spin's a lot different. When in the air, the ball's going the other way from a righty too, so it kind of fades away from you a little bit. So yeah, it's definitely different for sure.
Do you have any personal goals this year?
Just really find my role. There's a lot of, like I said, mouths to feed and stuff like that. And it's just I think important we all find our role and then just embrace it and go throughout the season for sure.
What's it like working alongside Patrick, and how has he helped you just kind of acclimate to college football and then get better in year two?
Right, yeah. Pat's been around like a lot of ball, and he knows a lot about football. He's for sure the smartest guy in our room, and he's always knows what's going on. So him just being able to coach me up and improve my game, physically, but also like mentally, it's been huge. He's always there helping me understand concepts and teaching me concepts of offense and defense both ways. So just having him around is super helpful.
Do messages from a guy like that who's had 2-3 years of being injured and having to fight his way back, did they kind of carry a little bit more weight?
Oh, for sure. I mean, nothing he had here has been given to him. He's had much adversity as anyone here, and him being able to overcome those things and still be productive on the field and still be healthy going into this season, and just that for sure means a lot.
What's the adjustment like going from the Pac-12 to the Big Ten?
I don't think really much is changing for us. I think we're just going to go out there and play ball. I don't think we really need to adapt to any other play schemes or adapt like how the Big Ten is. I think we just go out there and do our thing.
How are you approaching the travel?
The travel, yeah, it's going to be far. Those plane rides aren't necessarily the funnest when you're kind of squished in there with some big guys. But, I just think it's really important. We just keep on our preparation because that's obviously going to be affected by the travel days and all that. So as long as we just stay on a schedule and stick together, we'll be fine for sure.